A student connects new lessons to what he already knows. This is called A. Assimilation, B. Accommodation, C. Schema, D. Scaffolding. Answer A. Assimilation. New info fits easily into existing knowledge. The principle that practice makes perfect is under Thorndike's law of A. Effect, B. Exercise, C. Readiness, D. Transfer. Answer B. Exercise. Thorndike's law of exercise states that the more a connection between a stimulus and a response is used, the stronger it becomes.
A multiple choice exam is what type of assessment? A. Traditional. B. Authentic. C. Performance-based. D. Portfolio. Answer A. Traditional paper and pencil format.
A grade 1 student believes the moon is following her everywhere. This is A. Egocentrism, B. Conservation, C. Animism, D. Reversibility. Answer A. Egocentrism. Child thinks everything revolves around them.
A teacher uses rewards to encourage good behavior in class. This practice is based on which theory? A. Cognitive theory. B. Constructivism. C. Behaviorism. D. Humanism. Answer C. Behaviorism. It focuses on reinforcement and observable behavior. Which classroom practice best promotes learner-centered teaching? A. Teacher lecture for the whole period. B. Memorization of facts. C. Student-led discussions. D. Strict teacher control. Answer C. Student-led discussions. Students actively participate, think critically, and share ideas. A test that consistently measures what it intends to measure is said to be A. Reliable, B. Objective, C. Valid, D. Practical. Answer C. Valid. A test is valid when it measures what it is intended to measure. If the test truly reflects the skill, knowledge, or objective being assessed, it is considered valid. Which learning objective best represents the remembering level of Bloom's taxonomy? A. Explain the causes of climate change. B. Analyze the effects of pollution. C. List the parts of a plant. D. Design an experiment on photosynthesis. Answer C. List the parts of a plant. List requires recall of facts, which belongs to the remembering level. Which sequence shows the correct order of Bloom's cognitive levels from lowest to highest? A. Remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, creating. B. Understanding, remembering, applying, evaluating, analyzing, creating. C. Remembering, applying, understanding, analyzing, creating, evaluating. D. Applying, understanding, remembering, analyzing, evaluating, creating. Answer A. Remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, creating. During a faculty meeting, a principal proposes a new policy requiring teachers to stay in school for 8 full hours, regardless of their teaching load, including time when they have no classes. A teacher cites a provision that states service credits shall be given to teachers for the actual number of hours spent in cooperating with the school for community activities. Which law supports the teacher's argument against the mandatory 8-hour continuous stay? A. Republic Act 7836. B. Republic Act 4670. C. Republic Act 10,533. D. Republic Act 9,155. Answer: B. Republic Act 4,670. Magna Carta for public school teachers is correct. Section 13 states that any teacher required to render service beyond 6 hours shall be paid additional compensation, and service credits are given for actual hours spent in school activities outside regular duties. This implies that the 8-hour continuous stay policy is inconsistent with the law's spirit. According to Bloom's taxonomy, revised, which cognitive level is involved when students judge the value of an idea? A. Analyzing. B. Applying. C. Evaluating. D. Creating. Answer: C. Evaluating involves making judgments based on criteria. A teacher allows students to choose between writing an essay, creating a poster, or delivering a short speech to show their understanding of a lesson. This practice best illustrates A. Individualization. B. Differentiated instruction. C. Mastery learning. D. Remedial teaching. Answer: B. Differentiated instruction. It provides different ways for students to demonstrate learning based on their strengths and preferences.
The process of modifying existing schemas to incorporate new information is known as assimilation. B. Accommodation. C. Organization. D. Equilibration. Answer: B. Accommodation is the process of modifying an existing schema to fit a new experience. Which philosophical foundation is primarily concerned with the what of education, focusing on a core body of knowledge and ideas? Existentialism. B. Essentialism. C. Progressivism. D. Reconstructionism. Answer: B. Essentialism focuses on a core body of essential knowledge and skills that all students must learn. A teacher notices that a student's disruptive behavior occurs primarily during group work. The teacher decides to track the frequency of the behavior before and after implementing a new support strategy. This is an example of A. A correlational study. B. An experimental design. C. An action research. D. A case study. Answer: C. Action research is a teacher-led, systematic inquiry conducted in their own classroom to improve practice. According to Krathwohl's effective domain, which level involves organizing values into priorities by contrasting different values? A. Responding. B. Valuing. C. Organization. D. Characterization. Answer: C. Organization level involves prioritizing values and resolving conflicts between them. A curriculum that is organized around problems and issues that are important to society is known as A. Subject-centered design. B. Learner-centered design. C. Problem-centered design. D. Core design. Answer: C. A problem-centered design organizes learning around real-world problems and issues. A student who says, "I failed the math test because the teacher asks tricky questions," demonstrates a internal locus of control. B. External locus of control. C. Mastery goal orientation. D. Entity theory of intelligence. Answer: B. An external locus of control is the belief that outcomes are controlled by outside forces like a tricky teacher, rather than one's own efforts. Which of the following is a key principle of development? A development is random and unpredictable. B. Development occurs in a strictly sequential manner. C. Development is a product of maturation and learning. D. Development stops after adolescence. Answer C. Development is influenced by both biological maturation nature and experience. Learning nurture. A rubric that provides a single overall score for a product is called A. Analytic rubric. B. Holistic rubric. C. Task-specific rubric. D. General rubric. Answer B. Holistic rubric provides a single score based on an overall impression of the quality of the work. A teacher uses a token economy system in her classroom. This strategy is rooted in the principles of A. Cognitive psychology. B. Humanistic psychology. C. Behaviorism. D. Social learning theory. Answer C. A token economy is a behaviorist system where tokens, secondary reinforcers, are earned for desired behaviors and later exchanged for rewards. The ability to generate novel and valuable ideas is the definition of A. Divergent thinking. B. Convergent thinking. C. Creativity. D. Insight. Answer C. Ability to generate ideas that are both novel, new, and valuable. Useful. A test designed to measure a student's potential for learning a specific skill is A aptitude test. B. Achievement test. C. Diagnostic test. D. Norm referenced test. Answer A. An aptitude test is designed to predict a person's future performance or potential to learn a new skill. In a positively skewed distribution of test scores, the mean is A. Equal to the median. B. Less than the median. C. Greater than the median. D. Equal to the mode. Answer B. In a positively skewed distribution tail to the right, the extreme high scores pull the mean above the median. A teacher who varies her teaching methods visual, auditory, kinesthetic is most directly addressing differences in A. Learning styles. B. Multiple intelligences. C. Socioeconomic status. D. Cognitive development stages. Answer A. Varying modalities visual, auditory, kinesthetic is a direct application of learning style theory. The concept of scaffolding was first introduced by A. Jean Piaget. B. Lev Vygotsky. C. Jerome Bruner. D. Albert Bandura. Answer C. The concept is Vygotskian. The term scaffolding was coined by Jerome Bruner to describe the support process within the ZPD. Which of the following is an example of a summative assessment? A. A chapter quiz. B. A final exam. C. A KWL chart. D. A homework assignment. Answer B. A final exam is the quintessential summative assessment given at the end of instruction to evaluate learning. A student who is primarily motivated by a desire to learn and understand the material is said to have A. Performance approach goals. B. Performance avoidance goals. C. Mastery goals. D. Extrinsic motivation. Answer C. Mastery goals focus on developing competence and mastering the task itself. The principle that a pleasant consequence will strengthen a response. while an unpleasant consequence will weaken it, is central to a classical conditioning. B. Operant conditioning. C. Social learning theory. D. Cognitive learning theory. Answer: B. The fundamental principle of operant conditioning, as described by B.F. Skinner, a curriculum that includes the unintended lessons that students learn, such as values and social norms, is referred to as the A. Official curriculum. B. Hidden curriculum. C. Null curriculum. D. Taught curriculum. Answer: B. The hidden curriculum refers to the unwritten, unofficial, and often unintended lessons, values, and perspectives that students learn in school. A student with high interpersonal intelligence would likely excel at A. Working collaboratively in a group. B. Understanding their own feelings and motivations. C. Recognizing patterns in nature. D. Analyzing logical arguments. Answer: B. Intrapersonal intelligence is the capacity to understand oneself, one's thoughts, and feelings. A test item that consistently measures what it is supposed to measure is said to have high reliability. B. Validity. C. Objectivity. D. Usability. Answer: B. Validity is the degree to which a test measures what it claims to measure. A teacher encourages students to set personal learning goals and reflect on their progress. This practice primarily fosters extrinsic motivation. B. Metacognition. C. Convergent thinking. D. Socialization. Answer: B. Setting goals and self-reflecting are key metacognitive strategies. A child who cries when their mother leaves but is happy upon her return is most likely exhibiting which type of attachment? A secure attachment. B. Avoidant attachment. C. Resistant attachment. D. Disorganized attachment. Answer: A. Secure attachment is characterized by distress upon separation and ease of comfort upon reunion. In a lesson plan, the statement at the end of the period, 85% of the students will be able to differentiate between metaphors and similes with at least 8 out of 10 correct, is an example of a objective. B. Subject matter. C. Procedure. D. Evaluation. Answer: A. It is a specific, measurable, and time-bound learning objective. A teacher uses a key WL chart at the beginning of a unit. This strategy is primarily used to A. Assess prior knowledge and set learning goals. B. Provide a summative evaluation of learning. C. Assign grades for class participation. D. Manage classroom behavior. Answer: A. A key WL chart is used to assess what students know, what they want to know, and later, what they learned. The concept of multiple intelligences was proposed by A. Howard Gardner. B. Daniel Goleman. C. Robert Sternberg. D. David Kolbe. Answer: A. Howard Gardner proposed the theory of multiple intelligences. While Daniel Goleman is known for emotional intelligence, Robert Sternberg proposed the triarchic theory of intelligence. David Kolbe proposed a theory of learning styles. A student who is an English language learner is fluent in conversational English but struggles with academic language. This student has achieved a basic interpersonal communication skills fix. B. Cognitive Academic Language Proficiency, CALP. C. Semantic knowledge. D. Phonemic awareness. Answer A. BICS is context embedded.